Okay, so for this assignment, you will be creating a Keith Haring inspired digital composition. To start off this assignment, please read through all the directions to make sure you know what's going on. When you are done, please scroll down. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to watch this video about Keith Haring.
Keith Haring, the boy.
Please watch this first so that you can know a little bit about Keith Haring. The next step is to download a bunch of these images that are linked here. These are the images you're going to be using to create your Keith Haring inspired composition. First thing you're going to do is you're going to open up the pictures, right-click the pictures, and press Save Image As. When you do this, make sure you're pressing Save. It's going to look a little bit different on your end because I'm using a MacBook computer, but we have done things like this in 7th and 6th grade, so the same idea of what we did then. And you're going to save those images. You're going to save each one of these, and then when you're done with that, you're going to go to the next step. Scroll down on the assignment, and you're going to click on Pixlr E, the link to that website. Usually we go to open up an image, but since we're kind of creating an artwork more than editing an image, we're actually going to go and press Create New. Once you've pressed Create New, it's going to give you all these different options. What I want you to do is you're going to click on Print, and you're going to press the one that says Letter, 8 by 11 inches. Here, I want you to name your artwork. You could make it your first name and your last initial, and then you could write Keith Haring composition or something like that. Now we have our composition created here, okay? The first step is kind of creating the background, okay? So to do that, all you're gonna do is you're going to fill the background with a color that you want, okay? Here, you're gonna click on the fill tool. Once you've clicked on the fill tool, you're going to pick a color. Go over here to pick a different hue. And once you've picked a hue, so let's say I want a light blue, right? So I'm on the blue hue, and now you can select how saturated you want your color to be, how unsaturated you want your color to be, and you could pick how gray or how light you want it to be. So I'm gonna go for kind of like this light blue color. And once you've done that, click on that and you have your background color. Now, when we're doing this, we want each of our layers or each of our photos to be on a separate layer. What you're gonna do to start this assignment, okay, is you are going to click on the Add Layer button and you are going to click on Image. Because now we're gonna be adding images that you have already downloaded, okay? And you could pick whatever image you want to start with, okay? So I'm gonna pick this one. And it's gonna come up really small, but don't worry, you can make it larger. Now, right now, it doesn't feel like it's cohesive with the artwork, but what you can do is you could take out the background and it'll fit in more. So you're gonna go to the cutout/mask tool. And the first thing you could try is press the AI Auto tool. It's gonna try to take out the background itself. Now, as we could tell, that did not do a good job. So if that happens to you as well, press Control Z, and that'll undo anything that's happened. You could also press the undo button as well. I think that's under Edit. Yep, and you could press undo. If that doesn't work, okay, the next best thing you could do is come on up to the tools area, and you're going to press Magic Mask. Now, once you've pressed Magic Mask, you're gonna wanna make sure that you're on Remove from Mask, okay? So there's Add to Mask. You wanna make sure you're on Remove from Mask. And you're going to click the background, and you could take it out little by little. And I'm going to get that little piece right here, and now you're all good. You want the white to stay in here for our next step. Now, we want to add in color. A lot of Keith Haring's figures had a bunch of different colors. Now, you could pick whatever color you want again. I'm going to maybe go for like a nice bright yellow. Here we go. And again, that's with the fill tool. Then you are going to click in on the yellow area, and now you have filled in with the color. Now from here, you could decide, do I want to angle my figure? Do I want to enlarge it? Do I want to make it smaller? That's up to you how you arrange this artwork. I think I might put mine right here. Now your job is to fill up this entire artboard with a composition. So I'm gonna start again, right? So again, you're going to go to the add layer button, go to image, and you're gonna pick another one of them. And I'm gonna go for this guy right here. And I'm gonna make him larger. I'm gonna remove the background. Make sure it's on remove from mask. And that did a good job. Now I'm gonna fill in, and you have to come down here if you wanna change your color. So I'm gonna click this, and now I could pick another color. So for this one, I'm gonna go for maybe a nice orange. Okay, and click. That did a pretty good job too. Now, remember, yours don't all have to be upright. This one, I'm gonna make them upside down. And I'm gonna put him in the top corner over here maybe. Your artwork could also kind of come off the page too if you want. So I'm gonna put him right over there. Now, you're gonna keep doing this until you have more of your artboard filled up. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so one thing I wanna mention, sometimes when you go to fill in the color, you might see a little bit of a white outline in between your color and the black line. If you wanna fix that, undo it. You can go up to tolerance and increase the tolerance a bit. When you click, that can fix how much white is showing in between. So that fixed that up. One thing you could also do, let's say you want to add another one of these dogs, you can also duplicate that layer. You could change his color so he's not the same color. So let's see, let's do like maybe a pink. Let's get to pink, so we need red. You can add some pink, go back to the fill tool, and you can actually recolor the dog. Now, for example, I kind of want mine to be facing a different way. Let's say, I don't know, I want to put my dog in between these two, right? And I can rotate them, but let's say I want the legs facing the other way, right? What you can do is go back here, make sure you're clicked on arrange, and that you have the image you want to have flip selected, right? And you can come up here and go to flip horizontal. And now his legs are facing the other way if that's what you want. Sometimes if you look really close, a little bit of white is left behind when you use the tool. So you might even have to go onto this draw mask and draw some of that white out too. You should do that because this will make your artwork look neater. If not, it kind of looks like it came from an image and it won't be as cohesive. So I'm going in, I'm zooming in to make sure I get all of it out. Okay, so right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, you need a minimum of at least 5 different figures inside of this artwork. Once you have all your figures on the artboard, okay, one thing you can do now is you can go over to the draw tool. You can pick the color black, press OK. Then once you're in the draw tool, actually one thing that you also have to do is you also have to create a new layer. So you're gonna go to plus and you're gonna pick empty so that you could draw on that layer, okay? And now you can actually go up here and pick a different brush. So maybe I'm picking 50, let's see how big that is. Maybe 70. And make sure you're picking the ones that are not soft. So don't pick these ones. Maybe you're picking 70. And you could now go in and you could even draw some of your own lines in here. And I kind of want something in between. So let's go maybe 60. 59, let's see. And you could draw in some of your own lines as well to create some of your own movement. And don't be afraid to redo some of the lines if you don't like how they look when you do one. And that's kind of it. So when you're done with this, okay, what I want you to do is save it. So you're going to go to the corner and press the save button right here. And this is good. Make sure it's a JPEG. Your recommended savings will probably be good. So press save as and save again. Okay, so then you're done with that, okay? And you're gonna come back to this assignment. Now, for you guys, since I have the teacher side, it's gonna look a little different. But on your side, you should see a box over here that says your work. Inside of there, you're going to see an empty Google slide. Click on that empty Google slide. Go to Insert, go to Images, and then press Upload from Computer. Now, your end is going to look a little bit different because, again, you guys are on Chromebooks. But over here on the side, you should see an area that says Recents, okay? For you guys, it should be in there. And you are going to click your composition and insert it. Now, when you're done, okay, you're going to keep going, okay? One awesome thing about digital art, it's so easy to go inside your artwork and manipulate it. When you're done, you're going to create another one. So go back to Pixlr E, press X, and now you can actually play with all of your layers. Like one, I could go back in here and I can change the background color. Like maybe instead of blue, I'm going to go for like maybe a really light yellow. Then all you have to do is go to the fill tool and click the background, and now you have a yellow. But now maybe my colors don't work so well. And actually, I kind of don't like that yellow either. Let's go a little bit lighter. Maybe that's a little bit better. Now you could go back in here and you could change up your colors. Not only can you change up your colors, if you click on the different layers, you could totally change what it looks like. You can make your character smaller. Maybe you're doing something with smaller images and a lot more of them. Right, so maybe I'm making all of them smaller so I could fit more. Maybe you're doing one where they're overlapping each other. They don't have to not be touching, right? And you could be adding other figures that maybe you didn't use, right? So maybe you're going in here, doing this. I'm gonna delete this layer. That's the drawing layer. It's not gonna make sense now. But then you would do the same thing. You would add a new layer and then you could draw once you have your new composition arranged. Maybe I'm making this guy over here. Maybe he's on the side. Basically, you rearrange them, try to find out different other interesting ways to kind of put those characters in there. Anyways, I'm not going to spend too much time doing that, but once you do have another arrangement and you have a different composition, you also will save that. Come back here, add a new slide to this. I like to make the slides blank when I do this. And you can even delete this too so that your artwork shows up larger. And that's nice too. And then you can add your next one by going to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. And let's say this is another one I did earlier today. And put in your new arrangement. Keep doing that. You're gonna have to do at least 3 of these compositions, okay? Once you are done with your 3 compositions, you may submit your assignment.